Alright, hello, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. I know I said we wouldn't be playing a game in a while, but we're playing a game today. So let me know in the comments if you need the audio to be any different. I will say you might hear some mowing in the background. Apologies, but that's okay. We have a lot of outside noise. But we're playing today on the stream NASCAR racing, and we're going to be playing as well Dirt to Daytona, so very excited about these two. I've played Dirt to Daytona before. I do not believe I've played NASCAR racing before, so I am very excited about that. But thank you all for joining, and we'll get right into the gaming. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. A little bit of a different setup this time, so if things aren't quite right, bear with me. But we'll talk about North Wilkesboro as well, so that'll be fun. We'll probably start in arcade mode. Let me make sure the volume is turned down a little bit so you guys don't hear that. Perfect. All right. And yeah, definitely, like I said, we'll talk about North Wilkesboro and all that fun stuff. I'm definitely a rookie. Definitely rookie status. Here we go. John, what is up? Ready for tonight's stream? Just heads up that I will need to hop off temporarily. That's totally fine. Yeah, go eat dinner. I actually, embarrassingly had lunch today around, 4. Just because, I was busy this morning. When I get to working, if I'm working on a certain task for work, I cannot stop that task until I'm completely finished with it, and then before I know it, it's dinner. I'm like, I never had lunch, so that's totally on me. Well, let's go to, since we're going to North Wilkesboro this weekend, I'll just pick whatever track. Oh, we just were at Darlington, why not? I don't know how well I race at Darlington. Oh my gosh, what is up? Good to see you in the chat. I am so slow right now. Oh, happy birthday to your dad, John. Hello, Facebook, what is up? Thanks for joining everyone on Facebook there. Oh boy, this is interesting. Music on here, we good? Yeah. If YouTube doesn't like the music, we turned the music off, so this should be royalty free, that kind of stuff. We should be fine. Oh, I'm not going to North Wilkesboro this weekend. I really wish I was. One of my buddies, Dom Joseph, ATYL team member. I call them crew members. I call my team, all of us crew members. I just kind of feel like that's weird. It reminds me of the Krusty Krab. I don't know why. So we'll just start calling them the team members. He's there this weekend, or he was there yesterday for the Cars Tour races, and he said it was the most amazing time. The pictures that we posted were from him because he's living in Charlotte now, so he was able to go to that yesterday. I will be at the 600 next week, though, which is crazy for me to say. Finally, feels like I've been talking about that, literally coming back to that track since I was there last year. So I'm excited for that. I have some really cool content that'll be coming to you guys after that race weekend. I'll get to do some behind-the-scenes stuff. That's really, really cool, so I'm very fortunate for those opportunities. You guys will hear more about them as they come up. But yeah, some cool content there, so I'm not at North Wilkesboro this time, but maybe in the future I will be. That'll be kind of cool. But definitely Charlotte for the 600. Alexander, I saw you in the chat. Everyone on Facebook, thank you for joining. I appreciate you watching the stream. I should say, and I say this every stream that I game, I am not a professional gamer by any stretch of the imagination, but I love learning about the sport more through the games, and learning the nostalgia, feeling the nostalgia along with you all has been really fun too. So we've played quite a few of the NASCAR games on here. I feel like there's ones that I've said I've never played before, and then I'll go back and look at my streams and I'm like, I totally played that before. Literally a stream maybe a year ago. This one though, I can guarantee you I have not played before. So that's a little different. Let's see. I just want to mess with the settings real quick. Lap info, standings, that's pretty cool. I think right now we're just kind of practicing, which is not bad. Or I can spin out. I totally just went onto the apron and spun myself out. That's on me. Yeah, music is on. That's the problem. I know the music's on in the settings, we turned it off, so I'm assuming this music... Oh, are we actually in a race? What the heck? So I'm assuming this music is fine. We're not going to get docked for it, and if we do, this game didn't allow me to turn off the music. Dom told you he wasn't going? Oh no. Well, he was going to be there not this weekend for the All-Star race. He was only going to be able to go Wednesday, at least from what I remember him talking to me about. I think if he was able to go to the All-Star race, he would have, but he can't. Wasn't able to get tickets, I don't think. Which, getting tickets for that event, freaking wild. If you're able to get them, congrats to you. Or even just afford them, that's awesome. It's one heck of an experience. Let's see. Yeah, I think the music's fine because we turned it off completely, so. So like, we were racing. That's very confusing. It was not very clear. I do want to change my car, though. Oh, okay. I can't change my car. It is strictly rookie, veteran, and ace. I'm nowhere above rookie status on here, unfortunately, so we'll keep it with rookie. Let's leave the track. Again, there's probably not a whole lot to this game. I just thought it would be really cool to show you all. Okay, you said that I'm going just... Yeah, traffic's gonna be really bad. I can guarantee you traffic's not going to be fun. So, and I think that's my worry about going to Charlotte too, is like, there's places I want to go to before the truck race and the Xfinity race, but I'm like, do I dare leave the track 2 hours before because traffic's gonna be awful? My audio's echoing. Let me see what I can do about that. Okay, hopefully this is better. Sorry about that, guys. Again, different setup, so I'm panicking. Okay, hopefully the audio isn't echoing now. I don't know, actually. Michigan. Oh. Oh, yeah, let's go. All right. By the way, guys, I guess I didn't realize that about this game, but North Wilkesboro is in this game, so how fitting. Yeah, a lot of teams are having their fan day the week of the 600. Hopefully, I think I'll be able to go to Junior Motorsports. I will tell you all. I have a calendar planned out of everywhere I want to go on like a Google sheet. Like, I'm planning it out that much. Last year I did the same thing, but I did it in like a note in my iPhone. And it got a little clustered, but this time, like, I am going all out planning. There's a lot of people I want to see, lots of people I'm going to meet, lots of tracks and shops, not a lot of tracks, lots of shops I plan to go to. NASCAR Hall of Fame, I have to do that again, especially with the 75th anniversary stuff, so I'm excited to do that. But yeah, the fan days, I wanted to go to the RFK fan day, but I'm kind of confused, oh my gosh, as to the fan day that they're having, because I know they're doing like a 5K, but I don't know if the 5K is that Saturday and their fan day is that Friday, or what the dates are, because they made it sound like in the running the 5K was 5K announcement, they were like, you can pick up your packets for the race on this day, and then we race on this day, so I'm not really sure what's up. I might be going to juniors. I think it's that Thursday morning, Friday morning, somewhere in there. Excuse me, I would assume it's that Thursday morning. I think I'm gonna go to juniors then. I went last year. I thought the shop was cool. There wasn't a lot you could see at the fan day, but they had a lot of great freebies for the fans. And Kelly Earnhardt stuck around after Dale had to leave to go do the broadcast for the Indy 500. You had to get on a plane. And she was there talking to the folks that stuck around to try to meet Dale. I'm gonna run into the wall, oh my god. So that was really cool. We got there around like 8 in the morning, maybe 9 in the morning. And we talked to some people that were farther up in the line just to see what was going on. And those people had gotten to the track, or to the shop, excuse me, to meet Dale Jr. at like 3 a.m. or 1 a.m. to get their place in line. I was 5 people away from meeting Dale before he had to go, so that kind of sucked. We waited for like 4 or 5 hours to be able to meet him. But like the experience within itself was great, so we'll probably stick around, go there, maybe not to meet him specifically, but just to look around the shop more and really take that in. I think if I'm going to the shops, I'm not going to go there to meet the drivers. I more so just want to, I'm going to spin the mouse, sorry. I'm going to go to just kind of taking the experience and learning more. So definitely still going to this race as a fan, but with the expectation of wanting to win. So that'll be good. How long is this race? My goodness. what's going on. I'm also trying to read the comments too. I also just don't want to spin out, which I'm going to, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll also, like I said, we'll go over North Wilkesboro. I don't have a ton of track facts and stats for you all because, you know, it's the All-Star race. Yeah, I'm going to recommend which to win. But I do have some predictions as to who might win the All-Star race. Definitely there's some talking points within that as well. It's like, you know, the whole thing of what would you do for $1 million, that always comes up every year we have this race. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. I just want to try to get around this whole group of cars. Oh Lord. Also, the frame rate sucks. Got around all that. Go on the outside here. There we go. And then I don't like braking in these games. I just find that I don't do well when I'm using brakes, so I just let off the gas like heavily. Ooh, I just like threaded the needle there. Oh, and I'm gonna spin it. I was doing so well until I was not. That's fine. Audio is fine, I'm good. I think I had double the audio turned on in OBS. I stream the games using a software called OBS in the audio channels. It's really funky how it's set up, and I had to probably mute one of those, and I did not, so that's not bad. Still like so confused into this game. Like I don't know how many laps I have left. I'm pretty sure it's been showing me every time I've crossed the finish line, but I'm still hella confused. P10, lap 24. I'm gonna pay more attention to the top of the screen. But then, yeah, if you guys have questions for me, comments, whether it's about the channel, what we have going on, any NASCAR questions, any topics you want to talk about. Oh, we have 23 laps to go. Okay, well, we'll finish this one out, then we'll switch games. Just let me know, and I'll try to look at the screen as best as I can. Yeah, it's for those fan days, it's best to get there early when they're just starting the event, even if they don't have like a driver meet and greet, which every fan day event should at every shop show up like as soon as they start the event if possible, because a lot of people will go there. If you like freebies too, best to show up early. But even, I would say, if you're wanting to go there just for the experience and not to meet the drivers or get the freebies, but just like look around the shop a little bit, I would say show up like towards the last hour of the fan event. Because that's where a lot of people have kind of already left, cleared out, they've already gotten the free stuff that they wanted to, they've gotten their autographs and they're gonna go. So that's what I would suggest. I'm debating on going to the front row fan day that they have. Because I was like, as I said, I'm scheduling everything out, and I'm so, like, the schedule at least for Thursday is so tight, and that's when front row is going to have their fan day, and I would love to go, but I don't know if I'm going to have time, because I have something at 4 that day. So I think that'd be a cool fan event to go to. Their shop is kind of by 2311, I think, in Penske, like in that area. So we'll see. Yeah, if you're gonna go to the 600 weekend and you plan to like go to all the shops, do what I do and like roadmap everything you're going to do. I'm gonna try to dive on the inside. Oh, I didn't realize how close that was. Oh, okay. Also, food place suggestions. If you all have been to the Charlotte area, we went to a few like local restaurants last year. But if there's restaurants that you guys suggest, let me know. Even fast food. Like, I'm from Ohio, so we don't have any of the fancy stuff that you guys have in the South. Fast food-wise, we are getting a Bojangles, though, up in, like, the Columbus area. So I'm excited about that. Like, I'll make the drive to go there. Because the first time I had Bojangles was last year at the Dale Junior. Oh, I don't think that was on me. Was the Junior Motorsports fan event day, and let me tell you, I'm now in love with Bojangles. It's very, very good. The seasoned fries is really what sells it for me. Oh, literally, okay. $13 laps to go. Enzio's Pizza? Is that I hope I pronounced that right. What's my least favorite track? Oh, good question. I've always said Richmond is not my favorite track. The racing this year, though, that so far that we've seen at Richmond for the spring race was actually decent. I think I'm just so in love with Martinsville at the time, where I was like them advertising Richmond as like the fastest short track, or like the most fun. I'm like, nah, it doesn't live up to the hype. But I also didn't get to see the races like in the early 2000s at Richmond and stuff like that, where I heard it was really good. I've been watching the sport from like 2016 up. I plan to go back and watch some old races too. I've done that in the past. I need to do more. But I would say maybe Richmond is not my favorite track, but that's just for me watching from the TV. I will say Kentucky Speedway, as much as I love that track and the experience of going there, the racing itself was not the best. That's my thoughts there. I'm trying to think if there might have been another race this year where I was just like not feeling it. But I really can't think of anything off the top of my head. I will say favorite tracks though, Kansas is quickly moving to be one of my favorite tracks. I mean, phenomenal racing the past 3 times we've been there since. Why did I spin? I actually have no clue why I spun there. That just ruined my good race. Man, that sucks. Since we've had the Gen 7 car, the racing at Kansas has been really, really good. Short track package, it still needs work. I'm excited to see when we go to Homestead this year, what kind of racing that brings again. And then Charlotte, I'm really hoping it lives up to what we did last year at that track. I do love the Roval road course wise. What is happening? Oh my god. I like basically merge into another car. Oh my god. Yeah, but the Roval course is fine, but I'd like to see 2 Charlotte like normal oval tracks in a row during 1 year. Yeah. I'd like to see Charlotte, the normal circle oval course, oh my god, happening in the, I guess, summer at this point, and in the fall. But there is a beauty in scarcity, so, you know what? I'm not doing well now. 5 laps to go, and I'm still in 6th, but I'm definitely ruining a good race that I had. I also do like Darlington. It was a solid race that we had on Sunday. It wasn't my favorite race of the season, but there's just something about that track, the history behind it. That's really fun. Also want to know what your guys' favorite throwback schemes were. I know we're gonna probably get a few throwback schemes for this race. Like Michael McDowell, he's throwing back to he's doing the Folgers scheme from Mark Martin, I think, during this race. And obviously Harvick's throwing back to the 29, which I love how they're actually letting him run that number for the All-Star race. And then again, another topic too is, should they move the throwback weekend to All-Star race, especially if we're going back to North Wilkesboro next year, which I think we are. Somebody took a picture at the track of a sign that said lock in your tickets for 2024 North Wilkesboro, so I'm assuming we're going back next year. Whether it's for a points race or an All-Star race, I don't know. But I think it would be appropriate to move it to North Wilkesboro weekend, especially for me. It's a lot to have a race on Mother's Day and have it be throwback weekend, and it piles on a little bit too much. And I think the mothers deserve some love, deserve some extra attention on that day. So maybe splitting those 2 up would be great, but that's just my opinion though. I know some of y'all who have been around for a little bit longer probably have a totally different opinion than me and hate my opinion, but that's just thought. Just Just a thought there. Press start. Alright. Told me to press start. Alright. I'll leave the track. Well, I will say this is probably my least favorite game I've played so far. In the nicest way possible it was. Let me go through your comments real quick, and then we'll change up the games. Let me see. Hello. Also, FYI, in the left-hand corner of the screen, there's a QR code. Make sure to scan that to see other ways to support the channel, other ways to see my other platforms as well. Let's see, other comments. Yeah, so I'm glad I played North Wilkesboro on the stream. That's the track that we were just at. I've missed quite a few comments. Sorry, you guys. John, you said I've always wanted to go to a fan day. Hendrick is my favorite team, so I would want to go theirs, but I'm sure... Yeah, no, there's going to be an enormous amount of fans. I didn't go last year. I decided to go to RFK's fan day instead, and as we were driving to RFK, because you drive right past Hendrick, it was packed. It was ridiculous. And this year, they're actually splitting Hendrick's fan day into 2 different days, Friday and Saturday. Saturday is the Xfinity race, so it kind of overlaps with that, and you don't really want to be anywhere besides the track about an hour or 2, or maybe even 3 before the race, because traffic's going to be insane. So if you're going to the Xfinity race, I want to go to Hendrick Motorsports fan day on Saturday. I think that day, though, they have Jeff Gordon, and I think it's Gordon and Byron, or Gordon and Larson. It's Gordon Larson and Byron, I think, that day, signing for fans. I might have had that wrong, but they're splitting the drivers in the days that they sign things into 2. Yeah, Bojangles, so good. Hamlin saying there shouldn't be throwback weekend, and paint schemes was one of the dumbest. No, I know, like, there should be a throwback weekend. I think maybe it's time to move it, but yeah, he's been having some crazy takes lately. A lot of his takes I do agree with. I do. That one I don't, though, and that's fine. Adam, you said, hi, Taylor, news from NASCAR, 3-time Australian Supercross champion Shane Van... I'm going to mess up the last name. I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to try. We'll be driving Project... Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like they teased somebody else for that ride. Let me... my phone. Let me see if I can check my phone for this. Here, too. That's interesting. I know they tweeted earlier today, like, they did, like, a mic tap, and they're like, is this thing on? And I'm like, uh-oh, they're going to announce something major today. That's crazy. For the Chicago street course. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and Adam Sturm bombshell. I expected nothing less. Yeah, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. I'm not familiar a lot with Supercross, so I don't even want to try, but I am excited to see him race, see what he can do. I'm probably going to go switch the games right now. So we will... Okay. Yeah, we're going to get the game switched. Cool. Thank you. All right. Get these switched out. If you have any more questions, comments, concerns, let me know. We'll get those sorted out as well. Other news we can talk about is Tyler Reddick. He was docked 10 drivers and owners points for a ballast added to the car, messing with the weight. After, I believe, inspection on Friday, he drops from 8th to 10th in the Cup Series owners standings. Very interesting there. Not even going to dive into that. It is what it is. And then for North Wilkesboro, there's going to be Cup drivers in the Truck Series race. So we have Bubba Wallace in the number 1, Christopher Bell in the number 61, Larson in the number 7, Chastain in the 41, and Byron in the 51. If I had to put a guess on who I think is going to win that, I would say maybe Byron. I thought that Christopher Bell would have a good shot too, but even Bubba Wallace, I'm going to be looking at those 3 specifically. I think Chastain could have a shot. I just see those guys doing better at short tracks. Oh my gosh, yeah, imagine a Supercross driver wins his first NASCAR start. Wouldn't that be incredible? Oh my gosh, what a time. And then the All-Star format, we can go over that. Let's see, we'll go over that now, actually, if you want to. So, let's figure this out. My goodness. Again, manning things. Just Give me a second. Oh yeah, also, I need to pull attention to this too. But after Darlington, the ATYL point standings shook up a little bit. So we had a little bit of a change. Rob actually finally got his first win, so congrats to Rob. But other than that, they moved Rob up in the standings above Brandon, but otherwise the order of everything is still the same. Dom has farthered the gap with his win, his constant winning streak of picking the best driver during the races. So there is that. And then the North Wilkesboro All-Star format, I will move my face to a different side of the screen so you can all see that before we get to Dirt to Daytona. So Friday we have practice and qualifying in the pit crew challenge. The winning pit crew from that will get $100,000. So that's really exciting. And then Saturday is a pretty big day. We have the Craftsman truck race, All-Star Heat 1 and 2. And then Sunday, of course, is the main events, the All-Star Open and the All-Star race starting at 5 p.m. Pit crew challenge, the same type of format that we've had the past few years. I do think it's a little less complicated this year. 4-tire pit stop, no fuel. The fuel man will still play a factor in it, but the cans will not be full. So it's just kind of for show. Results will determine the starting lineup in the heats, and if you're not in the main event, if you're in the All-Star Open, it'll determine your starting lineup from that. So if you qualify first, third, and fifth, the odd numbers are going to be in Heat 1. The even numbers are going to be in Heat 2 if you are already in the main event. If you're not, it's just going to determine the order you go in the All-Star Open. So the All-Star Heat races, they're going to be 60 laps each. The results of Heat 1 set the All-Star race inside row. So the Pit Crew Challenge is going to set the Heat lineups. The Heat races are going to set the All-Star race lineup, if that kind of makes sense. So it'll definitely be interesting. Again, I might have totally flubbed the explanation there, but everything is up for you on the screen to see. I am glad we're not doing any of those crazy flips this year. Like, we're not splitting up the All-Star race into so many sections where we flip the order of the top 10 and the top 20. Like, we're doing just an old-fashioned race, which I appreciate. I'm sure the broadcast and the crews appreciate as well. Yeah, so this will be really, really fun. I think it'll be cool to see. For me, the whole thing is like seeing if North Wilkesboro will be a good track for us to go to moving forward as a points race is what I'm going to be looking at mostly. But if anyone's going to be going to that race, enjoy it, because it's so cool. I don't know if it's practical though. I don't know if you saw, but Bubba Wallace's spotter was asking on Twitter if anybody had an extra ticket to the event, and he was like, "I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Like, I would like an extra ticket so I can be able to see like where my driver is going to be, because I think the spotters are going to have an issue, according to, I think, something from Bob Pockrass, going to have an issue with seeing their drivers on the track from where they're going to be standing. So that'll be interesting to follow along with as well. But yeah. And then the All-Star Race winner, of course, wins $1 million. I know who's not going to win this event. I've said this before in the ATYL Weekly episode, but I do not think that Ross Chastain will have a chance to win this. I don't think he will. I would like him to, but I don't think the drivers will allow it, and if they do, they are fools. So we'll definitely have to see. I think... Let's make sure the music is off, too, because I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, we're good. I also think the guys from the truck race might have a really decent shot at winning as well, because they're going to have more seat time that weekend to figure out the track. So be on the lookout. I thought Bubba Wallace might be a good pick to win the All-Star race. I mean, I think momentum carries a long way, and I think having these 2 top 5 finishes in a row is good for that team, and they'll have a chance to win it. Let's do a single race. Why not? Okay, what do we do, you guys? Do we do Cup, Dirt, Modified, Truck? I'm fine with either one of those, really. I know my buddy, ATYL team member Rob Branning loves the Modifieds. I need to watch more of those, for sure. At some point, Rob will go to a race together. I know we all have to kind of plan that. Let's see. So let's make sure the game volume's on as well. There we go. We'll probably start with truck. That's how we're gonna start our weekend, right? Heck yeah. I love seeing all these paint schemes too. Blast from the past. Dale, yeah. Let's go. Custom car. I've yet to do that. Let's... I mean... I feel like I have to. Brennan gone. Why not? Let's do it. Also, if you are just joining, we just got done playing NASCAR racing. We are now on to Dirt to Daytona. We'll go through the tracks, just kind of see which one we want to play. Let's see. We'll probably... I don't want to do a short track. I feel like that's the worst. I don't want to do Daytona either. Let's go back to Darlington. Why not? We were just there. He started a Dale yeah chant at Charlotte last year. It was so cool. Yeah. I love when you go to the track. Usually when you start a chant or something like that, people will follow. Especially if they're a few beers in. They will definitely follow. We'll do all flags. We'll do normal wear, full damage, no breakdowns. Ooh. Let's customize the AI strength. Oh, or not. We'll just go in with full AI strength on this one. I don't feel confident in this race at all, but we're gonna try it. Also, FYI, I'm not a huge LaCroix drinker, but this flavor is actually really good. It's limoncello. I'll practice real quick. Usually, if you know me on the streams, I have my body armors, I have my Dr. Peppers. Sometimes it's just water, just plain water. I wanted to be different today. There we go. All right. And I will say, because just playing with the controller, I think I'm learning that I like to play more with the D-pad on the controller rather than the stick, just because I feel like I have more control over the car that way. It's moving in increments other than just one fluid motion, which probably is not for the best, but I feel like it helps me more. Yeah. Okay, I totally didn't spin out that truck. I really didn't. Yeah, the Napa schemes always look good. I am excited. I don't know if you guys have seen the, some of the Charlotte Memorial Day schemes that have come out, but I think Chase Elliott's might have come out already. If anything, I think I've seen it somewhere. Whether it was texted, group chatted, leaked, I don't know. I feel like I've seen it already. And it looked really good, so we'll have to see. Hendrick usually doesn't miss on their Memorial Day or patriotic schemes. Brad Keselowski usually never misses on his either. I actually don't think I liked Bowman's patriotic scheme last year, so hopefully this year is better. But they're all for a good cause, and I love how they have the veterans' names above the window. I think that's really cool, and how they play those stories during the broadcast. I think I actually watched the race back last year after I got home. Because when you're at the track, there's only so much that you know is going on, especially if you don't have a scanner, or if you have a scanner through the NASCAR app and the Wi-Fi sucks and you can't get anything to play, which is usually how it goes. Because the scanners are really expensive. I really don't think there's a need to buy a scanner, like to have one, unless you're going to like more than 5 races a year, which I'm not getting to that point. I am going to go to an IndyCar race, though, this year. The problem is, with the scanner that I want, which is the Racing Electronics, which are fantastic quality, they don't work with IndyCar. So I feel like buying a scanner right now just isn't worth it. I don't know what you guys think about that at the track. And renting them too. Like, if you're renting it for a whole weekend, like, that's fine. But they're also expensive to rent, and I would rather put that money towards, like, adding something to my collection. If there's some sort of fan event that requires funds, I would rather put my money towards that. And especially the tents that are outside the track with all the vintage merch. I love that stuff. So I will probably just be saving my money for that instead of getting a scanner, and I will just pray to God that they updated the track Wi-Fi in some capacity, because it's just awful. Now, if you go to the races every year, you do know that as the week goes on, the Wi-Fi gets worse just because there's less people that are sharing the Wi-Fi. And even last year too, at Michigan and at Charlotte, they would have like the code out by like the fan zone for you to join the Wi-Fi and stuff like that, and it still wouldn't let me join. So I think that was just more of a me problem than anything else. I also think I lost where I'm going. That's fine though. So we'll have to see. I think too, it's also important just in the age of, and I'm kind of speaking for myself here, but in the age of content creators, it's so important that you have good Wi-Fi at the track, because those people are going to be promoting your event, the race, how cool it is, how exciting it is, and if those people aren't able to post, it kind of sucks. So a little bit of a like plead from me, but also just because like if people aren't able to go to the race but you want to share the experience with your friends, like that's pretty important to be able to have good Wi-Fi and share that. So yeah, I honestly do not remember how I got on this, like the whole spiel of radios and stuff like that. I really don't. Sometimes I just talk, I don't know. But if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns for me, let me know. Put them in the comments. Everyone on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Next week, I should say for the live stream next week, we will be live and in person with some of the ATYL crew. So I'm very excited. Or ATYL team. I need to start saying team instead of crew. I like it better. So I don't know if we'll be live or if Adam will be able to go live with us, but since Dom will be right in Charlotte, I'm pretty sure that day we'll be able to go like live with him and the rest of the ATYL crew from their respective locations. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, my lap times were alright. They were okay. I'll deal with it. Let's qualify. Why not? I gotta like make sure I'm also like, I feel like I'm covering myself with the ATYL logo, so that's on me. I blame myself for that. Let's go back. Cool. Okay. Constantly doing that. Okay. Cool. Let's continue and qualify. Then I've also been asked what other races I'm going to this year. I'm going to Michigan. I'm going to work that, though, media-wise. Same with Mid-Ohio for ARCA and Truck. I will be going to the IndyCar race. I'll actually have some cool content from that, too. When the date gets closer, I'll be able to announce more. Other than that, I don't know if I'm going to any other races this season. If an opportunity comes up, like if some of my drivers are going to be racing at tracks around me and I'm able to go, I will absolutely go. But that's the time for that has not come yet, so, but I'm excited otherwise for any opportunities that might arise. I would love to go to the Martinsville fall race. In the fall race for Kansas too, I would love to go back to that. Not back to that, but go to that for the first time. Kansas, I feel like it's close enough where like the plane ride wouldn't kill me. So, we'll have to see. I feel like I'm going so slow. Oh my gosh.
Alright, let's see where we place.
I placed not well, I guarantee. And if I qualified on the pole, oh yeah, that's bad. I felt really bad about, like, I couldn't push to go faster though, that's my problem. I get dead last. Yikes, by a lot. I know I didn't run the best line, but just felt like I was mashing on the X button. Couldn't go faster. See, I'm trying to think if there's other NASCAR news that I had forgotten about. There wasn't a whole lot of news this week, which I can appreciate.
Welcome to NASCAR's oldest super speedway, Darlington Raceway
Heck
in
yeah,
South Carolina.
Darlington.
I'm Alan Bestwick, the lady in black, the granddaddy of them
Alan
all.
Bestwick.
Call it what you will.
I'm excited for
Darlington is
SRX.
always
That's starting
one
really
thing,
soon.
A
So
challenge. This unique mile and a third egg-shaped oval has well earned the nickname.
So that'll
the
be good to
track
watch.
Too tough to tame.
Alright,
The race is going
so
green.
because this is a game, and this is for
There's the
fun,
flag.
and I forgot I was going green right there, I'm gonna see if I can weasel my way between these two lines to go to the front. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I am very excited for SRX. I guess the only other race I would go to, maybe guaranteed, maybe not this season, would be the Eldora race for SRX. Maybe. I've never gone to a dirt race. I would love to support more of the local tracks that are near my hometown.
Still there. Car high.
So I'd love to do that. I would also like to try to go to a drag race. There are some drag strips around Ohio that I think would be fun to go to, so
Still there.
yeah. I'm not doing hot in this game, am I? Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments. The top left of your screen, there is a QR code that you can scan. It's other places where you can find the ATYL content, as well as ways to support the channel, and to see more work. So make sure to check those places out. There is no way I'm catching back up to this pack. Maybe I will. Who knows? Yeah, next week I will be in Charlotte. I ordered probably over 100 stickers. So if you see me, say hey. And I'll be handing out stickers. We'll probably try to do an ATYL meetup. There's been way too many people that have asked for me to not do one. If anything, we'll probably all try to meet when the Bob Podcast meeting is. Just to make sure everyone's kind of able to go. It'll probably be race day. We could all try to meet up after the Xfinity race, but I figured that'd be a little too chaotic. If anyone's not able to make the meeting time that I post, and if you still want to meet, we can try to make that happen. Just send me a DM. And we will see if that can happen. But yeah, I'll have a lot of stickers. I might have a hat that I'm giving away. Might. That's not a guarantee. I gotta make sure it ships in time. So, let me know. Yeah, Bob's speed-ups are so fun. I read the comments and I ran into the wall. I wasn't gonna win this race, so I'm good. You know, they are really fun. I went last year and like Marcus Smith was there, Todd Gilliland was there, some of the other track presidents from like Pocono and everything else were there as well, and it was just a really good time, honestly. Lots of insights, lots of asking Bob questions, and people actually asked Marcus questions as well, kind of asking him his takes. Somebody actually asked about the Wi-Fi at the track, which is where I got the answer from him of like, hey, we're upping our game with, I think, Verizon and building the infrastructure at our tracks, and he answered a lot of other questions about the All-Star race as well. Because as we know, the past few years it's been at Texas, and it's been interesting. And at that point, I don't remember his answer. I think he still said that they were planning to go to Texas. Whether that was actually true at the time or he was covering up for the bigger plan, I don't know. But we'll see. So there's always, typically at Charlotte, a driver or two that joins that tweet up, and Marcus Smith tends to join. I think there was somebody else that was there where I was like, whoa, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I was kind of just starstruck. All at once. John, what'd you miss? You didn't miss much. We switched games. We went from NASCAR racing to dirt to Daytona, and I am not doing well. We'll say straight up. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't at Texas anymore. Like, I get it. Marketing-wise, it made sense. The Lone Star State, the All-Star race. Everything's bigger in Texas. The All-Star race is as big as it gets with the $1 million on the line. So marketing-wise, it did make sense. And I commend NASCAR for making that happen. However, in hindsight, that was not the track that we should be going to for an event like this. I think the All-Star race, it's known to the best of the best that we have currently in the sport. It should be at a historic track. It should also be at a track that can host a very good race. Not saying that Texas doesn't host a great event, but the on-track quality wasn't great. With the Gen 7 car, it was better. I will give it that. The racing was better with the Gen 7 car there. But I think you just gotta take it back to Charlotte. North Wilkesboro, keep it there if this year is really successful, but we also have to keep in mind, too, with these quote-unquote new tracks or new layouts that we're going to, we have to give them at least a year or two to really set in. For the Chicago Street Course, I don't know if we're going to go back there after this year. That's really up to if the city of Chicago wants to break that contract, because I know politically it's not a big... people don't really like the race happening there, and I can understand why. If you live in Chicago, there's never really been a race in those streets. I'd be kind of mad if I lived there, but I'm also a NASCAR fan, so I would love it. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes altogether. That's also the same weekend as the IndyCar race at Mid-Ohio, which I will be at. So I will probably not watch the Chicago Street Course race completely live. So that'll be interesting for sure. Yeah, that really wasn't a stellar race for me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of embarrassed for myself there. Yikes. Also, I've been trying to, like, keep up with, like, Twitter this week. I've been so busy. Just trying to see if there's any news, but I don't think there was anything major that I missed. Hopefully. I do know, I think Josh Berry will be filling in for Alex Bowman this week for the All-Star race. I think Josh Berry confirmed that yesterday, maybe? So we know that Josh Berry's going to have to race his way into the main event. He's not going to be able to just get in. So that'll be interesting too. Where should we go, you guys? The Dover race was actually good as well. I will say it was a solid race. We can go to Vegas. That race this year I don't think was so great. But that was just my opinion. I still I rate the races. I have a spreadsheet where I give percentages out of 100 to each race that we go to during the year. And I'm going to lower this. We're going to give it 85. We'll give it a 88. Sure. 88 for Dale. Huh, kind of. So I don't really know. We'll have to see. But I'm trying to remember. I forget which race I rated the lowest this year so far. It might have been... might have been Phoenix. I think the highest rated race this year would have been Kansas. I think it moved to be the highest rated, which I'm not mad about. It deserves it. It was such a good race. Overall, though, the scores this year that I've given, as opposed to last year, I think have overall been a lot higher, a lot better.
Clear high.
My spotter was like, bro, calm down. Yeah, all I will say is, if you watch the live streams for us here at Above the Yellow Line, you'll want to watch the one next week. It'll be really good. I'm excited. We'll all kind of preview the race. I'm sure we'll do some sort of tier list ranking for the Memorial Day schemes, obviously previewing the race. I think by Thursday evening, the time is not set in stone because we have an opportunity. I'll have an opportunity earlier that day that might push the time of the stream back just a little bit, but I'll be able to talk about that, talk about kind of what we've seen so far, what we've done, what we plan to do. I'm pretty sure Friday the whole ATYL crew the whole ATYL team that is going to be at Charlotte, I think has the day off, so we'll all kind of get to spend Friday together, which will be really cool. Sawyer, if you remember him, he'll be there as well. He's popped up in some of these gaming streams every now and then. Helps out. So he'll be able to go to Charlotte as well. His first time at that track and first time in Charlotte? Period?
All clear.
I think? Yeah. So that'll be fun as well. I think the biggest thing I can say for everybody is stay hydrated. Like, stay hydrated because I think it's going to be really hot next week. It's starting to just get unbearable again. If you have ice packs, bring those. If you have like a cooling towel, bring that. And don't just hydrate the morning of. Hydrate like 2 days before you are able to go to the track. If you don't like being outdoors, spend a lot of your time outdoors this week so you're prepared for next week. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been sitting on my porch doing my work literally almost every day this week, especially towards the beginning of the week. Just to kind of get used to being in the heat again, because up where I was going to school, like, it's cold pretty much all the time.
Still there.
And then you
All
get
clear.
into pretty much June, July, August, it's hot as crap. And then in September, it starts to get cold again, and then you're basically in the negatives all winter
Stay
long
high.
is how it
Still
feels.
there. Clear
So,
low.
definitely not used to the heat. Gonna get reacquainted with it really fast, though.
There's a spin in turn 4.
There's a spin in turn 4. Not from me. Alright, I'll stop practice. We'll get into the race. John, which 3 drivers are you picking to transfer from the Open? Barry, Allmendinger, and Almirola. I think Gregson's gonna win the fan vote. So that's the thing. I think, isn't it we have 2 drivers that make, oh well, let me look at the format. Here's the thing that got me confused about the format this year. Is, and then maybe John, you can correct me on this, but we're breaking it into 3 stages, I think. We're breaking the All-Star format into 3 stages. The All-Star Open. And the All-Star Open will be 100 laps with a competition break on or around lap 40, as is the case for the All-Star race. All laps in the Open count, and each team will start the race on sticker tires with 1 additional set in their box. 3 drivers from the Open will advance to the All-Star race. The top 2 finishers in the Open and the winner of the fan vote. Okay, yeah, so it is different, because how we used to do it, it was like the winner at each stage. This time it's just like straight up the top 2 finishers of the Open, period. I'm pretty sure, please correct me if I'm wrong, but everywhere I've seen in the past when they've released the rules, it has been stage 1 winner will advance to the Open, stage 2 winner will advance to the Open. Then we have like the winner will advance to, oh wait, sorry. Stage 1 winner will advance to the main event, Stage 2 will advance to the main event, and the winner of the All-Star Open will advance to the main event, and then we had the fan vote. There was usually like 4 drivers that were able to make it in. I think because North Wilkesboro was smaller, we're changing things a little bit. Yeah, it's the winner, second place finisher, and the fan vote. So I think Gregson totally makes the fan vote. If he doesn't, that's wild, and I don't trust anything anymore in my life, because he's been campaigning for that like crazy. I think Josh Berry does have a good chance of making it in just because of, he's so good at short tracks. I mean, that's how he really became known. I also wouldn't count out, though, like Michael McDowell. I think he's had a strong season this year. I want to count him out. Eric Almirola, I do agree with you, John. He has a chance to be able to get in as well. I'm looking at the rest of the names on that list, and maybe don't count out Ryan Priest, Ty Gibbs. So I would really look at Gibbs, Berry, Priest, McDowell, Almirola, and Allmendinger. So that's pretty much half of who's going to be in the All-Star Open. But look at those 6 drivers at least to make it in. Noah Gragson would get in on the fan vote. For sure. Alright, let's qualify. This is going to be a bad lap. Oh, I probably shouldn't have gone on the track that fast. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, we'll qualify, then we'll do the race. And then we will see. Yeah, I really started my qualifying lap on like the apron of the track. I feel like an idiot. Go up against the wall, but don't scrape it. I'm going to just kill the wall, aren't I? Ooh, not quite. Close, but not quite. Okay, if anything, I qualified in the top 20.
Alright, let's see where we place.
No, probably not. Nope, I probably qualified last. John, now that you mentioned Gregson, I'm going to make a change to my pick. I think Gregson wins the fan vote as long as he doesn't wreck out in the open. That's fair, too. You gotta make it through the open. I think he should be confident enough in himself that he won the fan vote, that he just needs to lay low during the open race, because people will wreck out during the All-Star Open. In the hopes that they can... I qualified second, look at that. In hopes that they can repair their car, but they can't just bank on that, you know? Cool. Because if you wreck out in the open, you're out of the running for the fan vote because you can't and won't be raceable. Exactly. Let's race. Let me see if I can, like, move my setup here. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. All I know is I think we're in for a treat with this all-star race.
There's the green flag.
And I always forget when we go green. That hurts. And
Carlo.
it feels good to say that after a few years. Not trying to crap endlessly on Texas Motor Speedway, because I did appreciate the product that we had last year.
Clear high.
But to say that we have an all-star race that has a chance to be legendary, finally, since the past few years, I'm excited. So this will be good. I'm also trying to keep my emotions in check, trying not to oversell this race for myself, because I don't want to have super high expectations and then the race just not live up to the hype and then me be like, we should never go back to North Wilkesboro. That's on me.
All clear.
Oh no, I don't mean to, I Ross chesting that. I didn't mean to get stuck in my own mess. Oh my god. But yeah, the yellow's out. They threw the yellow way too late. Rough call from you, NASCAR. My goodness. I got wrecked and now I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, but we'll go to North Wilkesboro next year, and it'll be good. It's gonna be a learning year though, like any new track that we go to. Okay, we have a yellow. Oh, wait, why are you still zooming? We have a yellow. Oh, we had to get back to the flag, my bad. Okay. Also, apologies that this stream was kind of last minute. I usually like to announce the stream Wednesday morning, even Tuesday night. I kind of figured that this was... press the L1 button to... Okay. I knew I had the opportunity to play a game. I didn't realize that though until like way last minute, and then I took the chance, so... Yeah, that would have been totally an illegal move, but that's
Clear
fine.
high.
Next week, we'll make the announcement nice and early, hopefully. I don't want to cause all these cautions, I'm sorry.
Clear
Save your
high.
car.
There's a wreck.
Truck.
Turn 2.
Yeah,
The yellow's out.
my bad.
Car high. Clear high.
And then again, when I was younger, before I became a NASCAR fan, or a racing fan in general, I would call trucks cars, because everything to me was a car, and I carried that with me. And now it's the automatic response to call these trucks cars. And I know that's not the case, and it's the wrong lingo. I apologize. Oh my gosh. Oh, my truck is banged up. Lord.
Pace car's off. Get set. There's the green flag. Car low.
I don't want to cause a wreck, but I'm like... These guys are vicious.
Hold your
Lord.
line.
If you have any questions, comments for me, let me know. Thanks everyone for joining on YouTube and Facebook. I appreciate it.
Clear high. Clear
We
low.
are playing
All
Dirt to
clear.
Daytona, racing the
Clear
trucks. I am racing as Brendan Gone. Ooh, Lord. Okay, we're good.
Still there. Car high. All clear. You're all clear.
If I'm clear high, then I need to learn to trust my spot.
Clear high.
There we go.
Car low.
We'll work on the way
You're
back.
all clear. Still there.
I'm trying to race more respectfully. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes.
2 to go.
With 2 to go, watch me wreck
All
somebody.
clear.
That's probably going to happen. I'm also not going to say anything about where I'm racing, what position I'm in, because once I say it and I get really excited about it, I'm going to spin out. That's just how this works. Ooh, they are really just... They really shut me out there. White flag. 1 to go.
Last lap.
Okay. I can at least get 1 position. I really think I can. Can I get 2? Ramona's outside. Ooh.
Still there.
Going on the inside. I'm gonna go
All
on the
clear.
inside here. Risky move. Risky move.
All clear.
Alright. Who the heck was in first? Oh my god, they lapped the field apparently.
Top 5.
Alright, 2nd place, that's not bad. I'll take it. Yeah. See, okay, I like racing at Vegas, I will say. Every game that I've played, I've enjoyed this track. I feel like I'm decent at it. This track, I would say I'm also pretty good at Daytona because you're wide open all the time. Same with Talladega. I also think I'm good at Kansas as well. Short tracks still needs to work on. Road courses, you all know how that is with me. I can't race a road course to save my life. So, yeah. I'll figure it out someday, though. I'll figure it out. Alrighty. Well, you guys, this has been a fun stream. Thank you all for joining so much. On the screen, we have the social media handles. Again, if you scan the QR code in the top left, that is all the places you can find me, my content, all the other ATYL crew members. Also places to get your merch. We have the ATYL merch. We also, again, if you see it on the screen, new logo. We're going to start updating things. Just a fresh look. I really like it. Something simple, something also able to be worn on merch. So take a look out for the new merch and our merch stores on Redbubble. Rob Branding did an excellent job hitting it out of the park with our logo, so thank you to Rob. But yeah, above the yellow line on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and @_TaylorKitchen_ on Twitter and TikTok, because there's some more opinionated pieces in there. So make sure to follow me there, and of course, TobyChristieCom on all social media platforms. But you guys, I appreciate your support. Those who were able to join the stream tonight, thank you so much. Next time we're streaming will be Thursday night, probably around 7 or 8, so just keep a lookout on that. But for updates, follow my social media pages. Share the stream with your friends, share it with your family, share the channel with your family and friends. But thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel, and until next time, I will see you all.